Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 18, week 4, day 4. So today, our main plan, also did I say week 3 yesterday? I just realized. But week 4, day 4, so today, which I think I said week 3, day 3 yesterday, because the double 3, it was like, oh yeah, 3. Yeah, it's week 4, day 4, anyways. So tomorrow, obviously, most of you probably already are aware. But if you are not, tomorrow is Full Event Weekend. And the timer is exactly 7 hours from now. Well, not exactly, but you know what I mean. About 7 hours from now, we have reset time. Reset time is Vault Weekend. Vault Weekend is the next 3 days. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'll be able to go farm explore other similar locations and go get yourself a bunch of gnomes. And try to get a ton of Volkies. We should be at 0 right now by design. So it'll be very easy to count. Our Volky number, where's my Volky stack? It's all the way up here, isn't it? Where is it? Did they move it? Where did they move? There it is. They keep moving where this goes. But, yeah, we're at 0. We're almost at 1, 2, 3, 4. That's kind of funny. That'd be a really funny starting number, but we're actually 2 below, which is sad. But we'll start at 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4 would have been too perfect of a starting number. But anyways, today's goal is finish up as much as we possibly can before Vault Weekend, so we don't have to do it this weekend. That is pretty much the entire game plan. With that being said, let's start with Tower of Doom, one of the weekly events that we pretty much barely want to do this weekend, though we definitely have to do it at least to 25. It seems like I was accidentally doing some double battles earlier on that one day, because otherwise we'd pretty much be done by now. But we had a lot of our sigils get consumed. However, we will still get it done by the end of this weekend. The problem is, yeah, right now we're still a little short. We still have fireballs. I think we're about to get heroism this floor, if I'm not mistaken. 18. Yeah, we have to get heroism literally right now, this next battle. So we're almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tomorrow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, is it going to take us to Sunday because of what happened with our sigils? It might. If we have any power here, I'll probably skip it like that 24 power. We really don't need that. Everything else we do have to take. We're gonna have 3 fireballs and a heroism. Alright, we'll do the math on probably Saturday night. Yeah, that is so much later. Normally I'd have the event. Wow, how many doubles did we waste? I really hate that that's still a thing. That you can mash click that and waste your sigils. We ended up wasting at least 10 of them this week then. I told you to buy 2 bar packs? No, we're still gonna be fine. It's just gonna take us till Saturday. Based on the quick math I just did. It'll still get done. We just have to waste, like, you know, a little bit of time that otherwise would have went to Guild War. I mean, not Guild War, to Vault Weekend. It's not even that much time. We have access to Stellarix. I think every battle is going to take 0 seconds. We can estimate the average battle is taking 30 seconds, I'm pretty sure. It is going to be that quick. I also just assume we only get 1 Valraven per day. Though it's very easy that we get more than 1. Like today, we're probably going to get 2. Yeah, take this room over here, nothing else we need. Just make sure not to accidentally use our heroism. That would be a gigantic fail if we ever did that. I don't think I've ever done that yet. I don't think I've accidentally used a fireball or accidentally used a heroism yet. It will eventually happen. But it hasn't happened yet. Do you need Luther to tell you every time not to mash the button? Well, I thought they would fix it by now, and they still haven't. Like, that's been around since that power-up has existed. Also, why is it whenever I stream, that thing wants to remind me that I need to go update my drivers? Why can't it update me at a time when I don't need to restart the computer? Or, you know, when restarting it wouldn't be an issue. I wonder if it just does it at the same time every single day, which is why. Because that notification was the driver thing being like, hey, you should go update your drivers. But it always does it, like, right now when we're streaming. So I think it just does that at the same time every day or something. And I keep not doing it because in like 2 hours from now, I'm going to completely forget about that. And then next stream at this exact time, it'll be like, oh, don't forget to go update those drivers. Alright, oh, what do we have here? We got a Lucky and the second bout over there. Speaking of updates, we should have a Gems of War update decently soon. Like very soon, TM intensifying. Also, Cookie, were you in the beta? Someone mentioned earlier that you were. Is the beta done now? Because it's been going long enough that I'm pretty sure it is. I'm just trying to gauge if it's like next Tuesday, 2 Tuesdays, 3 Tuesdays. Like next Tuesday would make the most sense calendar-wise, but realistically it's like 2 or 3 from now probably. Oh, beta's still going? Oh yeah, it's not next Tuesday then, never mind. That means the date would be, that means the most likely date is, the 14th of next month, obviously. I'm just gonna skip this power. We already have enough power, right? How much power do we have? Oh yeah, we have plenty enough power. I'm just gonna ignore I see a power there. What room are we on? 20? So we skipped the power, so I just need 3 and unlock then. Or 3 and finish boss thingy. 3 is the unlock. You like your new job? Laying pipe all day? Nice. Oh, so how goes the monetization? Oh, I didn't even bother checking. I really haven't been too much lately. There's just no point in appealing him, so I just don't normally even bother checking a lot of times. Because appealing when you get demonetized on most content is extremely irrelevant. Because if it already got hit for, it already got marked down in the algorithm. And most videos, with some exceptions, but you know, most commonly posted videos make most of their money within, you know, like the first day, the first week, stuff like that. Very few video types have legs that will go for years. Obviously, you can make videos that are like that. But, you know, the average video is not made to survive for years at a time, as far as still getting viewership. So whenever you get demonetized for, like, a few days, the video's just dead. Which is what ends up ultimately happening a lot of times. So I don't even normally double-check to see if anything's been demonetized. Because by the time you can resolve it, it's already pointless to bother trying to resolve it. Because they take at least a day or two. Like, you don't just send a claim and be like, okay, we'll get right to that immediately. Like, it takes them a long time to bother finishing that kind of stuff. Alright, let me go clear out the class event. What do we even have here? Dragon's Claw. Also, I didn't even say hello to everyone yet. I should go do that. Hello, everyone. Let me go bring up chat in a second. Well, I actually technically have 2 chats open. The way I'm looking at it right now, I actually can't see either. So let me go fix that. Well, I can see one, but, 1 second. Barely. Oh, come on. We can use Dawnbringer. Stop this. How would they not fix this yet? This needs to be fixed next patch. They probably don't even know this is a thing. But ever since they changed how the weapon thing works, you're still allowed to glitch them into things, and it keeps telling you can't use a weapon when you are very much allowed to use a weapon. Like, it's not working at all properly to prevent you from using weapons where you're not supposed to. And it keeps red flagging weapons that you're allowed to use in locations they keep saying you're not allowed to use. Anyways, hello, Mark. Who's ready for the grind tomorrow? I definitely am. The Vault grind. Hello, Keycolier. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Koopsta. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Chad. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Mr. Z. Let's see. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome. Alright. I was just reading, Mr. Z's comment. Still trying to get Isabel to start her channel. Hey, let me go make this live chat as well so it doesn't block any. Oh, so hello, Lester. Wait, you said hi? Wait. Lester, you didn't even say hi, though. How could I say hi to you if you didn't say anything in chat? That's the first thing you've said all night. I can't know you're here if you don't type in chat. Otherwise, you're in the everyone else category. Oh, so hello, everyone else. Welcome. Actually, I think YouTube used to have that feature. I'm not sure where it is if they still have it. Like a way to see everyone who's in chat, even if they haven't chatted. To my understanding, there's not a way to check that currently. You can only see people who have chatted. I can't see people who are just watching but haven't said anything. Lester and Mr. Z get a split high. Also, it feels so weird not using Stellarix all of a sudden again. We have access to Diamantine and Stellarix for so many things this week. It just feels weird not running either. Oddly enough, we can use Diamantina for this. The reason I'm not is it's a little bit quicker to get Dawnbringer rolling. I guess we will hit a damage range where it's about to be quicker, though, to run Diamantina. Maybe I do go first slot Diamantina. Because once Dawnbringer stops one-shotting, Diamantina will technically become better for a short duration. So once we clear out these 4 battles, I might just replace Dawnbringer for Diamantina then. Just leave the rest of the team as is. Because we only have to fill 15 instead of 10, which is obviously higher, but it covers every color, so it's not that bad. Because I believe Diamantina can get away with one-shotting the 3rd section, but not the 4th. Whereas Dawnbringer one-shots up until the 2nd section. So we'll go test that out. We'll switch to it after and see. Dude, I was gonna say, we should be able to use it this week. Like, pretty much every mode this week we can use Diamantina or Stellarix for the most part. In the few weeks we can actually get away with Diamantina. Which feels weird because I haven't used Diamantina pretty much since Stellarix has existed because we got it on day 1. Unlike Diamantina, that took us like 4 or 5 months of it existing before we got it. But because the currency of Dragonite was already released, we actually day 1 Stellarix. We actually got a perfect too. I still can't get over that. We got 6 Dragon Egg straight into his Stellarix. It was nice. Though even if we didn't, we had enough Dragonite that likely wouldn't have mattered. Oh, what am I doing? I was about to go search for Diamantina. It's literally just sitting right there. Alright, let's go see what this can do. Because we don't need to use Hero. As weird as it is, you don't have to use the Hero class or even Hero on your team in order to do the Hero class event. It's one of those modes that really needs a tweak. Because it makes no sense, gives almost no rewards, and it's pretty bad overall. Only reason we even do it is just 25 pretty free gems. If you do the free battles. But beyond that, it is a pretty dated, unbalanced mode between loot and everything else. As well as how costly the rewards are relative to how many gems you spend. There's a reason why we only do the free battles. The loot for this mode, if you actually spend gems, is one of the worst return on investments of any mode in this game. Which I think it's literally the highest, worst one. There's just no point in doing it, unless you're going for leaderboard. And even leaderboard's like way too high. I think this is like tier 4. You know how much tier 4 is? 100... It's 500 gems. You're spending 500 gems to basically get an extra orb. And I guess technically 75 of your gems back. So you're spending 425 gems for 1 orb. I guess technically 2 orbs because you're also getting this orb. But that is so expensive in the current state of the game. There was one point where that was not horrifically bad. But in the current state of the game, spending like 200 gems per red orb is horrifically bad value. The only way that could be worth it is if you somehow like rolled a pet orb every time. Also, hello, everyone else, Mr. Z. Hello, Genki. Hello, Abek. Honestly, I like that name. We're gonna keep calling Mr. Z everyone else. Including everyone else. Well, two everyone else's. I said hello, Abek and Genki. Didn't I just say that? But welcome. Hope all's been well. You guys ready for the Vault weekend? Yeah, I feel like normally half our viewers normally don't talk in chat. Oh no, I pretty much never talk in anyone's chats if I'm ever bothering to watch a live stream. Is it Vault weekend already? No. It starts in 6 hours or 7 hours, whatever it was. It starts at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know, standard Gems of War reset time. The one that doesn't change. I guess technically it changes by an hour from daylight saving times, but you know what I mean. Didn't we just have a Vault weekend? No. Well, we have one every 4 weeks, so it seems like they're pretty close together because they're actually consistent now. It's not like before where we'd have a Vault weekend and then we'd go like 2 months without one. They're actually really consistently every 4 weeks for the last year or two now. And sometimes even more. Like back in January we had, what, 2, 3, 2? However many we had. But generally speaking, we have it exactly every 4 weeks now. It's a pretty consistent mode compared to in the past. Ever since they changed the calendar system. I used to lurk in global chat as well, that's funny. I haven't actually really been messing around. Oh, good, the thing just popped up, I actually want that. I haven't actually been messing around in global chat much these days. Which I don't even have it open right now. Though the main reason I don't is whenever I record a video, it's just annoying having the extra text on screen. Alright, those are pretty bad. Good, we don't actually have to do it. We do have to do dungeon, but we're gonna do it anyways. Come on, top 3. Oh, is tonight the night? Oh! Well, I can't hand out an extra code because we're actually starting to run a little bit low, but let's go hand out our first code right now. Yeah, we'll hand out 2 codes tonight. Because I said we are going to go down to like 1, but we'll hand out 2 tonight for the, perfect. Let's make sure we don't misclick this. Yeah, that makes up for failing Guess the Door last night. Wasn't it last night? Last night or the night before? I'm pretty sure it was last night. Yeah, we'll hand out 2 codes tonight then. 1 right now and 1 in a little bit. But yeah, that's solid. 120 Dragonite each time we get one of those. Let it to the 3rd set of dragons, assuming we're getting one. I sure hope we do. I feel like they're going to slow down the rate, because so far they've been every single year. I don't think they're going to keep that up forever. But I do hope they still keep releasing more Dragonite dragons over time. Maybe not necessarily every single year. But I would love to see them still add more. Obviously, it can't be too quick, otherwise newer players will never be able to catch up. There's some people that don't even have one of the 2, let alone both. But, oh no. They're definitely interesting troops. They just need to be just like a little bit less broken than Stellarex. But still have a niche use case. They still need to tone down Stellarex. It's still kind of ridiculous where it's at right now. You know something's too strong if they could do effectively like a 33% nerf to it and its usage rate would still be just as high. I'm trying to see if I can do anything with these. I'm not seeing it. No, that's not anything. Did I even sub to Izzy's channel yet? When she makes a channel, we'll go subscribe to her channel. There we go, 120 Dragonite. And now that we already have our perfect, we can go grab these. And we got nothing. Oh, good. Oh, wow, we avoided silence. That's solid. Because silence is one of the most annoying ones you could possibly have, so that's huge. Alright, we did that, we did that, we did that. What's left? Just oh, yeah, I got... Oh, I didn't put that in the title. Oh. I kind of forgot about that. We have to do 68 Underspire battles? Oh. I kind of forgot about that. Whoops. Oh, that's funny. I forgot. This whole stream is Underspire today, isn't it? I was thinking we'd wrap up a few other things, and nope, it's all Underspire. Oh, someone took our first place. Give it back. Alright, let's go reclaim first. We have a Bloodthirsty. I will be ignoring it, though. I keep saying Bloodthirsty. I mean Blood Frenzy. Same difference. We are currently at 0 sigils because we triple boosted yesterday. Alright, let's go do some battles. Actually, I might as well not even use a monolith today. Actually, no, we should still do it. Because, even if we're using it for no buff, we'd want to make sure we do, just so we don't have to do another one during Volt Weekend. Oh, no, if I'm only doing one a day... Well, no, that lets me skip one during Volt Weekend. So, yeah, we would actually want to do a monolith today. Even if we're using it for no boost whatsoever. So we can just take whatever we feel like then. We could just go to Central Spire and just take one. Because we're not actually using the boost today at all. I just have to do it so we don't have to do it during... There's one less we'll have to do during Volt Weekend. Because if I don't do one today and then do it later, that's an extra set of monolith battles we have to do. And it don't take that long, but, you know, it saves like 5 minutes. Oh, we're frozen, aren't we? Whoops. What is this battle? I kind of want to retreat before he loops 1,000 times. Like, he's not gonna win, but gosh, are we winning slowly? Dragon Troop power creep? Yes, that's definitely happened. You don't have either, you're missing one of the original. And you're on par for Stellarex 47 weeks from Tuesday. Oh gosh. Yeah, they do take a little while. Dragonite comes into the game pretty slowly. Luckily, Vault Weekends are one of those times you can grind for it. So hello, Logic Slayer, if I didn't already say hi. Welcome, welcome. Also, hello everyone else, Mr. Z. Let's see. Genki wants you to mod for her? No, Genki would never mod, Lester. I'd be scared with what kind of power that would give. Also, hello, Sushi Ninja. They better not touch Stellarex. It'll be one of the biggest mistakes. They had ample time to test them, and I don't know. They just put him in a really weird state. Is the problem with Stellarex right now. And it's not even that Stellarex long-term is going to be too strong. Like, give it 3 years, he's going to look like a slightly above-average troop, rather than the entire meta. The problem is he's just so strong relative to what we have right now. Is the biggest issue that he has. It just leaves very little room for anything else to exist at the moment. Without them rebalancing like half the game upwards. Or power creeping everything else to try to, you know, get closer to where Stellarex is. Yeah, it is the hardest... Well, I wouldn't say hardest troop to get in the entire game. But he is among one of the hardest few troops to get in the entire game. But they've actually had a pretty high track record of making super hard to obtain troops really bad by design. One of the more notorious ones for that, but I would still say is harder to get overall, though it is infinitely grindable at any point. The Horde Mimic. The Horde Mimic is a very, very useless high rarity troop, but it's deliberately useless because of how rare it is. It requires doing dozens upon dozens of hours of Explore 12, or hundreds if you do in lower level Explorer. And you can easily go hundreds of hours of grinding Explore without getting it. But it's not one of those troops you need to have. It's really high rarity, but you don't really care if you do or don't have it, other than for completionist sake. And because it gives Dragon's Claw an extra star. But at no point are you actually using it on your team once you have it. You just simply get it and then, oh, it's done. And you can stop caring about it. It's not like Stellarex where it's really, really hard to get, but then also the entire meta once you have it. But the problem with that is the inverse, like everyone who doesn't have it compared to having it. Like, that's the biggest issue, I would say, with Stellarex. Is it's basically a must-have troop. More so than what we've ever seen. Like, there are some other categories of troops that are kind of like that. Like, I would say Iron Gut, Zolgoth, stuff like that. That are pretty much in the you eventually must have them kind of category. Ideally pretty early on in the game. But the problem is Stellarex, you can't... It's like a must-have troop, but you can't get it easily. Like, it could easily take you over a year to get Stellarex. Even longer from a fresh account. Hello, Tyrion. Welcome, welcome. But it's under, like, that must-have category. And unlike things like Zolgoth and Iron Gut, that you can realistically get done within, like, a few months to a year at absolute tops, Stellarex can easily be, like, a 2-year grind if you go really unlucky. Like, with basically infinite resources, it took us 4 or 5 months to get Diamantina originally, starting from 0 Dragonite. And that was with us max buying Dragonite every day for, like, 4 to 5 months. Which obviously newer and mid-game players wouldn't be able to do that. At least not to that degree. Maybe some, but not, like, every single day. Because I think it's like 300 gems a day or something. Plus, if you spend them on merchants, it's even more than 300 gems a day. And that's on top of everything else that consumes gems in the game. Hello, Miss Insane Witch. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Oh, so did we ever get our 3 Valhawks? I'm doing this for 3 Valhawks. How on earth do we only have 1? Gosh, Valhawk luck some days really just do not want to show up. I'm not sure why I took the Dragon Soul fight. Assuming this is traded, which almost guarantee is. There's a 50% chance to revive, and I have no stun. I'm not sure why I went for this battle. And that's exactly why. Luckily it wasn't that big a deal. Is there any other reason than PvP buffs to collect Valhawks? Yes. It's for the VP token. Like, if you ever wonder why I keep doing the 3 Valhawks every day, it's not for the buff. It's for the VP doubling tokens. I'm stacking them for when they add seasons. In like a patch or 2 or 3 or whenever on Earth they're doing it. Because we're currently in Season 0 of PvP. But eventually they're going to do a Season 1. And your total VP number will matter for it. What kind of rewards we get for it, we don't really know. But we are eventually going to have seasons, and they might have point thresholds that you might need to reach. I'm not sure if it's going to be like a leaderboard system or simply just like a point threshold system. But they are going to be adding a system where every month or few months, however long a season is considered, where VP will be completely reset, and whatever VP you had will give you some kind of reward. All the details to this, we have no clue. But one thing that you will be able to do is save all these VP tokens and then stack them for when that comes out. Which is the whole reason I'm doing the monolith daily. I'm actually not doing it at all because of the buff. While it can be convenient, that's not the reason we're doing it. It's because of the 6 VP tokens we can get per day. And what they do is, they infinitely stack. Actually, we can see them right here. They infinitely stack, and if you use them, they double your VP for 1 battle. This does not stack with Bloodthirsty, by the way. Or Blood Frenzy. It stacks additively, not multiplicitly. So you'll get the same amount from using this on a normal battle as you do from a Bloodthirsty. Long story short. It doesn't double the Bloodthirsty. I keep saying Bloodthirsty, you know what I mean, Blood Frenzy. But it doesn't double the Blood Frenzy, it just adds you an extra 100% of what the battle is. So you can use them on Blood Frenzies or on normal battles, and they will still be the same amount of point gain. But yeah, these things is what I'm stacking and saving. This is the whole reason why we run Monolith daily. And currently we've saved up 318 of them. Which, if on average we're getting about 100 VP per battle, that is over 30,000 VP stacked up there then. That we can easily claim within like a weekend. Now that I put it that way though, that's actually not that much VP. Like, it's some, but honestly it's not like a huge amount. A way to look at it is it's kind of like fireballs in like Volt Weekend that we have now, right now. Not Volt Weekend, I mean Tower of Doom. Basically what they do is you have to kill 5 Monolith battles to get 6 tokens. What you can kind of view it as is each Monolith battle is basically just delaying their VP. And then once you do all 5, you get like a spare free one. Kind of like you just got like a Valraven or something in the Tower of Doom. It's kind of like that. Because Monolith battles give no VP. But doing 5 battles gives you 6 VP tokens. So they technically give you 5 battles worth of VP with 1 spear. But you can delay them until later. Which normally won't be relevant. You'll probably use them, you know, like immediately. More often than not. But right now it's actually beneficial to save them only because we don't have seasons yet. But we will in a patch or 2. I'm not sure if next season, or if next patch will be doing it. But I'm pretty sure it's not. I think 2 patches from now is the earliest they would implement seasons. Because next patch's focus, I don't believe, is on seasons. It's more on whatever the alliance system is. It's like the main gimmick of next patch. Like, obviously they're doing some things other than that next patch, but the main selling point of next patch is whatever on-Earth alliances are. As well as the 3rd currency for PvP that we don't have yet. Which will likely be tied into alliances, obviously. But the problem with new broken content is mostly if it's RNG based. One thing that's actually pretty balanced about whenever broken Mythic comes into the game, let's take for example Takshaka. Takshaka is absurdly strong with 2 or 3 on a team. let's say you're a new player and you have 0 Takshaka. This actually isn't that big of an issue, because you can always target them with diamonds. So all you have to do is just go get 8,000 plus diamonds, 8,000 or 12,000, wait for Takshaka week to fall around, and then boom, you will guarantee have yourself your 2 or 3 Takshakas based on how much diamond you have. Like, there's no RNG evolved. Well, I guess in some of the ways that you get diamonds, but for the most part, there's no RNG evolved. You just simply wait for it to rotate around, you spend your diamonds, you have the mythic. The problem when they make really, really strong alternative mythics is the amount of time it can take to get it. With the two main culprits of that right now being Diamantina and Stellarix. Not that Diamantina is particularly strong now that Stellarix exists. However, they're both in that category where you could just be RNG'd forever out of it due to no fault of your own. It's just a really weird system to have for it. Because it's such a must-have troop, but it's gated behind one of the most annoying RNG grinds in the entire game. Both in getting Dragonite, like the perfect dungeon that we did today, but also in the actual opening of the Dragonite, trying to do the eggs. It's just 2 layers of RNG. Whereas Diamonds, you obtain pretty consistently, and Mythics, you obtain even more consistently than that, because you can target any Mythic in the game. You just have to wait till they rotate around. Which could take a couple months, but you know, a couple months is at least consistent. Is when you start the Stellarix or Diamantina grind, you have no clue how long it'll take. Could take a couple months, it could take a couple years. The disparity is pretty absurdly high. For something that's like such a must-have troop. Because at least most other mythics are in the category of, if it is a must-have troop, you at least have a pathway to getting it within a reasonable amount of time. The biggest issue with Stellarix is that it's not that way. There's no realistic way to just like rush straight to a Stellarix. Your best bet is just like hyper farm Volt weekends like we have this weekend. You just hope you get a ton of Dragonite during it. And then spend some of your spare resources on even more Dragonite. Hey, Iron Gut. Hey, actually, hiking Iron Guts on both teams is kind of funny. Speaking about the must-have troops. I don't feel like I use hiking Iron Gut as much these days, but he's still really absurdly good. Though you know the reason we haven't been using him as much. It's not because he got weaker. Because Stellarix got more Stellarix here. His main purpose these days is for taking out high-level factions. The problem is we haven't ever been doing high-level factions. Because whenever you have a Tuesday event, you only have to go to 80, and whenever we have a weekend event, you only have to go to 230. Both of which are outside the range where hiking Iron Gut starts to get really good. He starts to get really good at 300 plus Underworld. But there's not a single situation where I'm ever doing that unless they release a new faction. Which in the current state of the game is like once a year. Yeah, Stellarix is currently worth the trouble in the current state of the game. Honestly, I would say it's even worth the trouble before it got buffed. Even before the buff, it was actually insanely good. It's exactly what it was now, just with like 33% less damage. But its loop capability was still just as high, so... If you're casting like 5 in a row, it doesn't really matter too much if you're doing 33% less compared to more. Stellarix is female, is it? Let's see. I know Phonoxia is female. I sometimes just call them whatever. I sometimes call Beatrix male. Queen Beatrix. Whatever the first thing that comes to mind is like, yep, it's that one. I always call web spinner male too, even though it's obviously female. And arachne weaver. Stellaryx is way overhyped and worthless. You don't get it. You're saying that because you don't want to fight any more Stellaryx dudes. I just find it so weird that they nerf... Like, the two changes they made earlier this year make no sense. They nerfed Journey troops because they were concerned that people would get too annoyed with them in PvP. And then they proceed to buff Stellaryx, and now everyone's annoyed with Stellaryx being the most broken thing in PvP. It makes no sense. Like, Journey troops weren't even a problem. Like, they were a little strong for their rarity, but... so is a lot of things. Look at where Thrall, Leprechaun, and other stuff are. Like, most of the best mana accumulators in the game are ultra rare or below. Or epic or below, with some of the empowers. Speaking of which, there's Mercy. Mercy was actually the OG converter, by the way. Out of every single thing that has convert color to color, she was the first. Oh, no extra turn. All those wild cards and not a single one. Yeah, pretty much every single team is this Stellaryx 1 double talk. Also, did we finish all of our battles yet? There's no way we don't have all the Valhawks. I was gonna say, okay, we're good to go. And we have retaken our first place. Alright, let me just go do this battles real quick. We'll do it on something really free. Boss damage. Hey, extra magic. Oh, you can get extra magic off of Central? I didn't even realize that. That's nice. I should be grabbing it here. I didn't even realize you can get extra magic off of Central. Dude, I think it's the same every single week. I forgot the little small magic buff is here. Not that we need it. I'm not using it for anything. I'm just here to grab our VP tokens and then we head to Underspire the rest of the stream. We gotta go do 68 battles for 69 total. Because already counts one. I kind of forgot. We gotta do a billion battles. But we have Diamantina, so it should be really, really absurdly quick. We have access to 50% mana start Diamantina. With Empower into yellow. So it should be a very, very, very quick battle. Oh wait, Isabel, you don't have Stellaryx yet? I thought you did. I didn't realize you didn't have it yet. Gotta get on that Volt Weekend grind. Need more Dragonite. See, good thing we canceled Saturday's stream. We can focus on the Vault grind. Oh, you're still missing one? Yeah, we got RNG'd like crazy the first time around. It took us 27 dragons to get Diamantina. Luckily, Stellaryx was way luckier for us. Oh, it's because you never buy Dragonite? Okay, that makes sense. That would explain it. Yeah, I forgot. You mentioned that a little while back. Alright, there we go. PvP is now completed. We just got a 6 magic buff that we're just not going to use at all. That's perfectly fine. I was only doing it for the VP tokens. Alright, let's go finish off the stream by doing Underspire for an hour. No, it's not going to take an hour, but it will take a little bit of time. Alright, where's the more expensive team? Oh, we have him shiny now. Oh, he looks cool. I forgot he's shiny. We got that from the other mode. That looks really cool. Not my favorite shiny in the game, but pretty cool. Sparkly dragon. Alright, do I need more mana accumulation? What can I put on this team to make it more mana accumulation heavy? I'm just gonna go copy it and figure it out once we're in the other mode, because I actually don't need Doom Spade, or Spear, whatever the thing is called. The polearm. We don't actually need it for a lot of the earlier fights. What do we have for mana link? Last I checked, I think we only have red and one other color. Yeah, red and, purple. Alright, so I'm just gonna keep the weapon there, I guess. Because I don't really need an alternative. And that'll be our backup plan in case all things fail. Alright, Diamantina, Doom Spear, Empower, and 50% mana start. That should be fine. And we just run this the whole time. The only thing we might do is reorder in a way where Diamantina isn't as at risk of dying. Likely putting our hero in front of it at some point. But for now, it is actually more beneficial if it is in first slot. Because we just do that, then click that, and then they all die. And then we proceed to do that for like 30 battles until it stops one-shotting. And then we still keep doing that, but we probably put it in a safer spot. But it should be a really free Underspire. It's actually the freest Underspire we've had in months. We had a really bad track record of like 3 or 4 in a row that were kind of horrible. But this is among one of the freest Underspires ever if you have Diamantina. And even if you don't, I think there's still another yellow AoE dragon from this place that you can use instead of Diamantina. So of course, if you have Diamantina, it's better. One of the few values times we could ever get from Diamantina these days is if it's ever available for Dragon's Claw Underspire. Bit of a niche use case. But it is actually the strongest option in this situation. There's plenty of other options if you don't have it. Most notably, the main one I actually built around in the video was Doom Spear. Just building completely around Doom Spear regardless of what you have and you'll be fine. If you don't have it, just spend 500 gems on the Tower of Doom event. It's a little pricey early on in the game, but it's definitely worth it. Not only is it used for a lot of things this week, it is also one less thing you'll need to get for building resources later. Because Doom weapons are pretty expensive later down the line. It's actually a good idea to always get them even if they're useless weapons. Though what's great is the current weapons that we're getting from them are actually very useful. So not only are you getting a good weapon, but you're also saving on having to get it down the line. So even if they're not useful, it is still worth always going for the Doom weapon every week. Or, you know, every month, I guess, technically. But, you know, every Tower of Doom event, I mean. Even the most useless ones, just so you don't have to buy it later for a very high Soulforge price. There's the only problem with returning players and everything like that. Past Doom weapons, they're pretty expensive from Soulforge. Not so much that you can't catch up. But Doom weapons in particular are towards the pricier end. They use a lot of those color jewels. It's actually one of the biggest sinks of color jewels in the game. It's just a sheer amount that you end up using for one of those. And the Doom weapon total is starting to get pretty high up there. Because I want to say we're getting to like 60 something as far as like total Doom weapon. I think it's up, but I'm actually going to go right. Because it doesn't actually matter if we full scout the first zone. We're going to have to do later anyways. To Mr. Z. It's so easy to place top 3 on PvP nowadays, yeah. 2 weeks ago, I did have the leaderboard on my leaderboard. Like, top 3 spots were just straight leaderboard. But this week, we are in first place with only 20,000, which is kind of insane. Because we're almost done with the event week, especially since it's Vault Weekend. Very soon. And obviously, most people won't be playing it as much during Vault Weekend. So we pretty much have it secured first place. It's kind of funny because last week I made like 5th place and I still got first place loot. Because the whole leaderboard thing being all weird as it is. You only have to place in one person's leaderboard, not in your own. I wonder if they're going to fix that next patch. Also, I would love if this thing wasn't diseased. That's actually one of the only few use cases where disease is really good. If you disease something that's in first slot that uses 6 colors, and then had a mana drainer to keep draining it, that is the best case scenario for disease in the game. And it is very, very annoying. So why is this battle being so slow? Let's just struggle with Diamantina first slot, which is 1 in power. If we don't immediately win, it's not like Stellarix, where you cast it and you gain like half your mana back per cast. Oh yeah, it was dead end. Okay, yeah, I should have went left. Or technically up. It's not like Stellarix, where you cast it and you kind of expect almost all your mana to come back. We gotta be careful, because if we don't instantly wipe with this, we're actually set back a lot. So we gotta pay attention if they have resummon or not. Because if they do, I should make sure to get Doomed Spear up first. We get literally nothing from that dead end. Let's keep it going. Maybe that joke was too sophisticated for Thursday night. It probably was. It probably went over my head. I've still been really tired lately. I'm not sure why. That 1 hour change has affected me for like a month now. My sleep schedule has still not gone back to normal. The problem with last night is I went to bed too early, so I woke up in the middle of the night. So I woke up like absurdly early. So now I'm tired because I woke up at like 4 a.m. But I was like rested up at 4 a.m. But because of that, I'm like tired now because I woke up so absurdly early. Why did the stream become 1 hour earlier? Because of daylight savings time. It only seems 1 hour earlier if you're not in an area that's shifted an hour. But otherwise, yeah, it made it an hour earlier. I know, until America gets rid of daylight savings time or whatever they're doing with it. I could have sworn they were going to pass something to get rid of it the other year. That was going to take effect the following year. But I guess that never happened? Because it didn't happen. Honestly, I haven't been paying attention to politics lately. But I feel like our government has been doing more nothing than normal. I'm pretty sure that's just standard for most governments these days. But I feel like they're doing a higher amount of nothing than normal. I'm not even sure how that's possible. But it feels true. Yeah, it's actually an election year. It honestly doesn't even feel like an election year in the United States right now. Mostly because it feels like we already had this election like a couple years ago. We're literally just having a rehash of an already existing election. Oh good, that is aligned. Mr. Z. Ooh, that's a lot of alignment. Oh, so we're still going to be handing out another code in a little bit. Not sure what point we're handing out during this. But we need to. You know what? Once we get into the third section, how about that? We're in second section right now. In third section, we'll hand out final code. For now. And then we got to get ready for the Vault Weekend. Also, I probably should get to bed at like a reasonable hour tonight, so I'll be rested for Vault Grind. Because I actually do want to grind it a decent amount this time around. I feel like a lot of Vault Weekends, it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to grind it, and then by the end of it, it's like, oh yeah, we did pretty standard 300 Volkey. Like, I kind of almost want to hit 500 this weekend. Because this is the weekend before the 8-year anniversary of our channel. If there should be any we really go all out for, it should be this weekend. We'll see, though. We'll see. We're definitely, obviously doing at bare minimum the 300. Though we might try pushing a 500 this weekend. It really depends if the verses want to be lucky or not. Because if I at any point this weekend do 3 hours of non-stop Vault grind and get 0 verse 3s, it'll discourage me so much that I'll get so much less the entire weekend. Not just because I'm getting so little then, but also because it'll discourage me from trying to get any more. That's the worst part about Vault weekends. It just feels horrible when you go dry on what you need. And I feel like any Vault weekend that happens to me, I never recover from it during that Vault weekend. It just stays in my mind like, we're 3 hours in, we're 4 hours in without one. It should be a double path. Up will be dead end. Down is hopefully the actual path. What kind of resource are we trying to stockpile from Vault weekends? Pretty much everything. Obviously, we don't quite need diamonds anymore. Or keys. Or the troops. Or, name every drop that's in there. But there is still one drop that's in there that we need. I need silver and gold orbs and pet orbs. We're basically doing it almost exclusively for the orbs. Like, all the other stuff is, like, nice to have a little bit higher. As far as the only thing we need higher, it's all the orb drops. Particularly pet orbs, silver and gold orbs, and was that it? And pet orb. Like, those three. But every resource still helps for future stuff. Especially if they keep adding gem sinks and other stuff. It's just a lot of them are dead-end currencies that eventually have no purpose, like diamonds. Like, once you have every mythic in the game, diamonds do nothing. Well, technically every weapon and every mythic. But generally you'll have every weapon before you have every mythic. Oh, speaking of which, if anyone hasn't gotten it yet, I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned it on a stream. However, I did mention it on the Monday video. Do not forget to go get that one gun that's in Soul Forge right now. You need it to go make the ruby weapon. And it's the first time any of its 3 components have been available. And even if you don't think you're going to make the ruby weapon anytime soon, you at least want to get the 3 components, so whenever you do want to go do it, you'll have access to doing so. Because if you wait until you actually want to craft a weapon, it could easily take like half a year to, if not a little over a year, before all the pieces rotate around. So do make sure to get that if you haven't already. If you can't afford it now, you should be able to get it from Vault Event grind. So it is pretty cheap. Also, it's nice to see we're actually still at one-shot Diamantina range. Kind of surprised. Oh no, that's a really bad dead end. Are we about to full scout the place again? That's not ideal. The better the pathing, the better, because this is Vault Weekend, so whatever extra pathing we do is wasted time that could be Vault Weekend. But yeah, to what Mr. Z said, is one of the reasons why we generally only go for 300s these days. It's mostly because most of the resources that you do get from Vault Weekends, we already have like such absurd surpluses of. But a few exceptions. Mostly all the updated orb loot. But everything else we kind of have like an absurd surplus of. That's the few we still need that make it worth it. And having more of some of those resources never hurt, like gems. Like having more gems is never a bad thing in this game, that's for sure. There will eventually be an update that will sink like tens of thousands at a time. Not to mention current things we could be sinking tens of thousands at if we really want to. For example, merchants, if we would ever play Explore. Which, oddly enough, Vault Weekends are like the main time I even consume merchants. And just like consume all the gems from doing the merchants. Because you end up getting a lot of them while doing Verse Grind. You only use the Vault Keys for the Tarot cards. Yeah, if you're playing free-to-play, it is actually a good idea to hoard your Vault Keys for when the next Tarot card rolls around. Luckily, the previous one from last season came in like a week or two ago. So if you haven't already tried getting them, you can do so now. However, yeah, if you're not buying like into season passes or anything like that, you do have to earn your Tarot cards from the Vault Key drop table. So it's a good idea if one hasn't come out yet to wait until, like, you know, hoard some of your Vault Keys until it does and then throw them then. The reason I generally throw mine immediately is because we already have them all. So we don't really have a need to go for those. But it is actually a good idea to hoard all your Vault Keys for whenever the next Tarot card that you're missing comes out. So for example, right now it's perfectly fine to go throw them because the pretty recent Tarot card just came out. But that means, like, next Vault Weekend, you might want to save some of yours. Because a couple weeks after that, another Tarot card would be coming out. Actually, that would technically affect 2 Vault Weekends from now. That wouldn't affect this Vault Weekend or next Vault Weekend. But 2 Vault Weekends from now, you'd probably want to save them for when that Tarot card rotates. Because the Tarot card from this season would be available by 3 Vault Weekends from now. Not this weekend, not the following weekend, but the one in, what would that be, June? The one in June, you'd be able to get the Tarot card from this current season. So you don't have to do it like that, you can just use them whenever. The likelihood of that happening is less than Isabel reaching you to revive me in Power World. Oh no. Hey, in all fairness, she was able to do it once. She also mentioned the other time that she couldn't see me on the minimap. So it might have just been a bug associated to me being the lobby owner. One of those multiplayer bugs. Because whenever anyone else falls down, I can always see them on the minimap thingy. But it's likely just a multiplayer glitch. Because there seems to be some glitches that doesn't affect the host. So everyone is else getting like slightly additional glitches compared to us. It seems like I always need help when Isabel's on a shopping spree. Alright, that reminds me, whenever we do Plate Up... Oh yeah, when are we doing Plate Up, by the way? But when, I'm not even sure my schedule yet, the upcoming week. But whenever we do Plate Up, I definitely don't want to be the host. I don't care who it is, but it's not going to be me. Just a heads up for that. Alright, I'll take that one over. They're available whenever. Yeah, I do want to do it in the upcoming weeks. I'm going to be decently busy next week. And I'm not sure when my dentist appointments are after that. Because I'm mostly just getting a checkup. And they're also going to be fixing some things from the previous dentist. There's one thing that actually happened last time when I went to the dentist. Is they actually got a couple things wrong because they used AI to check the x-ray thing. And the AI messed up. So now they have to go back and do some other things. But there's a completely different dentist there, so hopefully everything will get sorted out and we'll be good to go. But yeah, they used some kind of AI model to check the thing. But the AI model broke. It didn't do everything correctly. So I gotta go back to get some more dental work done. Gosh, I think by the end of this year I would have spent like 6,000 to 7,000 on dental. If not more. It's actually kind of getting insane. Oh, maybe not that high. I think I'm up to like 3,000 so far. So it could easily be another 3,000. Malpractice lawsuit? No, I don't think I could sue over that. Oh yeah, I didn't check Discord all day. I need to go check it. I think you mentioned it at the end of last stream, and then I remembered it, but then I forgot to go check it. Oh yeah, I need to go accept Cookie on Steam. Honestly, that needs to be a project of mine one day. I need to go purge my Steam friends list and go add 1 billion people. I think I have almost 100 friends requests on Steam right now. I'm not even sure what the cap is of how many friend requests you can have. But I feel like if there is a cap, we're getting close to it. Because for the longest time, I didn't have enough room on my friends list to do anything with it. So I need to purge like half my list and to just add everyone who's trying to add me. Then you have to host Plate Up. I'm not going to host the Plate Up. Someone can host the Plate Up. Either you or Cookie, Isabel. Well, you are Isabel, but you know what I mean. I guess I meant Genki when I meant you. But, oh no, I just don't want to have the extra lag. Because it's really been affecting me in Power World. Like, it's very noticeable at times. Because I'm streaming and doing the, hosting of the server at the same time. Alright, well, maybe Cookie can then. Is Cookie able to? We'll get Cookie to do it. Unless Genki doesn't mind. Oh yeah, I'll make sure to accept Cookie. Actually, we can technically do it right now. I think I have enough room on my friends list. Let's see, if I click this notification bell. Apparently 13 people have commented me too. If I click on my friends list. No. Cookie, is your name Cookie? I assume so. Oh, Actriel. I never added Actriel from ages ago. Let's see, someone from Twitch. Another person, da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. Trying to see if I remember any of these as, Gems of War people. No. Who are, like, 90% of these people? No. I'm so confused. Oh, does the game itself have integration for chat? I still don't quite know what PlateUp even is. Like, I know generally what it is. I've never seen gameplay or anything of it. It's only Twitch for integration? Yeah, a lot of games are like that. It's kind of annoying. Like, almost no games have YouTube integration. It's one of the few things I was kind of hoping Stadia would do. Remember that failed project by Google where they tried releasing a streaming platform thing? They were going to have like 1 billion different features on it, of which 90% of them they never delivered on. And one of the biggest ones they never delivered on, which would have been so amazing, was YouTube integration. Or basically, without even needing to download a game, a bunch of people from a stream could just get straight into a game. Or, you know, the select games that were available through Stadia that were free to play through that. Or without even needing to download or anything, you just, like, click on a link, boom, you'd be there in, like, several seconds. With no downloads, no nothing. But they never ended up implementing such a feature. Like, it was the one thing that Stadia would have been so amazing for. But they never released it, and it died before it did anything useful. That's one of those weird projects that Google did that died, like, so quickly. Like, they have a whole list of them. There's whole websites dedicated to the list of things that Google has killed. Stadia is just one of those weird ones, because, like, everything they said it would be, it never was. So no one ever used it. And because no one ever used it, it died. It was just so weird. It's like they wanted it to fail. Oh no, oh, can you guys actually see the notification? Yeah, someone was trying to add us called Snow. I have no clue who that is. That wasn't me adding them. That was one of the ones on the list where I'm like, wait, who is this? But no, that notification in the corner, for whatever reason, whenever you go to your friends list, it notifies you of other people who you haven't added on your friends list. And that was one of those I have no clue who they are. I forgot, you guys can see that in the corner, can't you? Because I have all Steam overlay on. But yeah, there's like 40-something names on that list. I'm like, who on earth are any of these people? Oh, we actually got Devour? Wow. Oh, why did I not take that? Whoops. Well, so it's almost time to go reorder this team. This is no Stellaryx. You cast it once and you just mana block your whole team for forever. It feels so weird compared to Stellaryx in that regard. I'm so used to Stellaryx where you just cast in, like, okay, now we can start playing the game. But this thing, you cast it and it just blocks you forever. Also, if this thing gets Devour, we will legitimately lose this fight. Luckily, we killed it before it mattered. I said, hello, Ali Cubed. Oh, okay. So it is someone from chat. Yeah, I'm just not sure because everyone's Steam name, or not everyone's, but a lot of people's Steam name is different than what they are in YouTube chat. I honestly will probably just go through a blanket add on them at one point. It's why I want to go clear my list. Is I eventually just want to add everyone who's trying to send me a friend's request right now, even if I have no clue who they are. Because there's a chance I actually know who they are. But based on their Steam name, I don't know who they are, basically. But yeah, at some point, I've been meaning to do that and just keep not doing it. I need to purge, like, half of my Steam list, most of which is just from when I used to trade in Dota 2. Which reminds me, I should probably go sell a bunch of that stuff. I still have a lot of junk in Dota 2. Like, at least hundreds of dollars worth. A lot of it has probably become literally worthless, but some of the other stuff would have probably become actually worth something. Because I kind of want to do it before Dota 2 ever dies as a game, if that ever does happen. It's kind of weird. I'm kind of surprised things like Dota 2, League of Legends, and like Counter-Strike have never really like fallen off in a sense. Like all three of those games have just like permanently existed. In all fairness, Dota 2 is a lot of fun. I have so many hours in Dota 1. Oddly enough, not as much in Dota 2. I think I have like 3,000 hours in Dota 2. Which is still a lot, but like not a lot compared to Dota 1. Honestly, that's something we should do as a stream one day for the fun of it. Revisit Dota 2 after, like, almost a decade of not playing it. Because I'm actually getting close to the decade point of not playing Dota 2. I've actually played Dota 1 more recently than Dota 2. Oddly enough. Alright, let's go Lantern this one. Alright, I think when we get into the next section, I gotta go move this weapon to first slot. We're getting past the point where we can one-shot Diamantina. There we go. Or double silver. Alright, 6 more battles. Oh, I never did hand out the second code. Let me go do that. Alright, here guys go. Here's the redeem code to use on gemswar.com for the game code section. Your invite code is in the settings menu. Redeem code right over there in chat. Thank you, Steam Loot. As always, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Enjoy, everyone. If anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, do let me know. These after 6 fights, we'll probably call it for tonight. And then when we return, we shall be in Vault Weekend. And we shall start the Vault grind. Our goal is bare minimum 300 as per usual. However, I think I am going to make a 500 push this weekend. I think this is the weekend we're finally going to go for it. We're definitely not going to go for 1,000 though. I don't want to dedicate that much time. But I do think we are going to go for a 500 this weekend. We'll see. But I think we will. See you all at Isabel's stream. She's not streaming. So if she was, I would send you all over there. That'd be funny if Isabel starts streaming and after every single one of our streams, we just go raid Isabel every time. I feel like no one in Gems of War really streams after us, though. Genki sometimes streams before us. But there generally isn't someone like who always streams like right after our time slot. Also, wow, Beam Disease makes it so slow. Like, Disease is one of those effects that on paper it does like nothing. But in practice, it's actually one of the most annoying effects. Almost to the caliber of silence. It's basically half silence in a sense. You wouldn't really stream Gems though. You would just stream all the co-op games. While having the tribute-taking phone on Gems on the side. Yeah, Lester needs new material. Ooh, Lester got called out. You would just end up doing variety streaming. Honestly, I feel like you would make like a cozy game channel. I feel like that's something that's come up a lot more recently in like the last 5-10 years. Like literally channel that could be defined as like cozy game channels. Though I do feel like it's like an overly female-focused genre, though. Like as far as like channels dedicated to it. Like there are almost no males that are like cozy game-focused, like exclusively. Like we've done it in the past, but we definitely haven't exclusively done it in the past. Do I need his fireball pet? I do. That's why I checked. Alright, we'll finish on the fireball guy then. Is this gonna do Fall Guys? Honestly, I do kind of want to visit Fall Guys to see what the current state of the game is like. Because I think their player base on Steam is under like 10,000 right now. I know they have other platforms. Similar to how you can't go by Gems of War Steam number because like 10 times the player base is probably on mobile. But it's kind of funny because the other day I checked, let's see, what's that right now? It was like so absurdly low that it like caught me off guard. Let's see, if I go check it right now. No way. Wait, does Gems of War have more people playing on Steam than Fall Guys? No shot. Wait. Wait. That's hilarious. Hold up. Oh, not quite. Oh wait, where's all the Gems of War people playing on Steam? Steam numbers are down too on Gems of War. But Fall Guys on Steam only has 1,200 people playing. That is so low relative to where they were. Obviously for a game that's honestly still not too bad. And obviously Fall Guys is spread everywhere else. Like that is by no means how many people are playing Fall Guys. That's still kind of insane though. They're down to 1,200. Yeah, Gems of War is slightly under 1,000 right now. But that's just Steam. That doesn't count, you know, like 90% of the player base that are on mobile. If not more. This doesn't count Xbox, PlayStation, everything else. But that's still kind of insane, though. Because what really caught me off is I believe I saw it under 1,000 one day. Like, the Gems of War's Steam number was literally higher than Fall Guys' Steam number. At one point when I checked, and it caught me so off guard. Like, what happened? Like, I know they don't sell it on Steam anymore. But the amount of people that own it on Steam is pretty staggeringly high. Especially when you compare it to other games that don't have it anymore. Like, for example, Rocket League. Oh wait, how do you check Rocket League's number? Oh, I might not be able to because I don't own it. Last I checked Rocket League, it was like 50,000 on Steam, but you can't get it anymore. Is there a way to still look it up? I think I would have to use a third-party app. Let's see. Because I don't think I can check it on my end. Steam charts. Rocket League. I want to check real quick. Because this game's also just like Fall Guys, where you can't buy it anymore. I can't even check it because it's not even showing for me. Because it's impossible for me to own it on Steam. But this is probably like 40,000 plus. Oh, I just typed in Rock League. Yes, Rocket League. There we go. Let me double check. It should still show up here, even though it's not sold anymore. Yeah. It's like Fall Guys, where it's not available on Steam anymore. It still has like 23,000 on Steam. Yeah, something like Fall Guys is down to 1,000 right now. Which is kind of insane. I'm not sure what their game plan was. There were so many weird things that happened with Fall Guys. I think their weirdest decision they ever made is when they completely scrapped doing seasons. Like, the whole gimmick they had to get players to ever return was scrapped. And then it just spiraled out of control, losing, like, all player base from there. I mean, not all player base. Obviously, people still play it. I think the main thing that did it for me is they did two things simultaneously. They got rid of seasons, which was, like, their main gimmick for, hey, if you haven't played for a while, you can come back when we do another season. So they got rid of that gimmick. But the other one is they made it, like, really sandboxy with the editor. Which I didn't really care for at all. And those two things in combination just didn't do it for me. Like, because now I have no reason to ever come back. Because the season thing is scrapped. And then, like, the main core content they made, like, just completely sandboxy. Which I'm not a fan of. So on both ends, it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess I won't play for a while, though. Who knows? Maybe they'll eventually do something where it's like, oh, I should come back for a little bit. I definitely will revisit the game at some point, if nothing else, just to play for fun for a couple hours. Group up with some people. Go from there. But anyways, guys, Vault Weekend's in, like, what, 5 hours, 6 hours? We will be back tomorrow, same time as always. Hour and a half prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our main goal tomorrow is to Vault Weekend. Lots and lots of Vault Weekend. We'll be trying to use all the verses we have. Currently, we are sitting at 11. And hopefully we can maintain at least 10 plus while getting 300 or even 500 keys. And that's the game plan. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Best of luck on your Vault grind if you're going to be going for it, which I highly advise you do so. And I will catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.